Plastic is everywhere, from plastic bags in the deepest parts of the ocean to microfibers high on the tallest mountains. Plastic has even found its way into the bodies of living creatures. Animals worldwide eat plastic without knowing it. Often it kills them. And the global plastic problem is only getting worse.
Despite the massive variety in our diets, most people are consuming about one credit card's worth of plastic every week from different sources in their diet. And that gets down into your gut, it can go into your liver, that may even have a role to play in the development of both obesity and diabetes. One of the biggest things to think about too is the impact that it has on fertility and future populations. A lot of these plastics are highly estrogenic, and that has an impact on male fertility and on sperm counts, and is actually affecting, well, we're seeing that fertility levels are dropping and people are having a harder time getting pregnant.
Humans know that plastic is bad for us. Why do we keep eating it? So we asked Zach Moniz of Lindo's grocery store.
If you want a pound of butter, it's already pre-wrapped for you. If you want a pound of hamburger, it's already pre-wrapped for you. At the end of the day, it was much cheaper to do stuff in plastic. So that's what the industries chose over the last probably 40 years. They started to do aluminum cans and the 20-ounce plastic bottles because it holds better, it ships better, it's not as heavy to ship. So when you bring in a container that is full of glass bottles and full of liquid on top of that, it costs more.
We humans produce about 348 million tons of plastic a year, and about half, or 174 million tons, is single-use plastic. Erich Hetzel and his family decided to go without using plastic, and it was almost impossible.
We stopped buying chips or any drinks in plastic, any vegetables that came wrapped in plastic. We started bringing our own containers. After a couple of weeks, we kind of got into the hang of it. And what happened to kind of call an end to our little experiment was that we had some visitors that came and they immediately went out and bought about 10 pounds of plastic goods.
Things like takeout containers, water bottles, plastic bags from stores, and other food packagings are the main reasons for single-use plastic. Each piece of plastic gets used for about 15 minutes, just long enough to eat what you just bought, and then it gets thrown away. Because we as consumers, we like convenience. But that convenience means that we produce 1 million plastic bags a minute worldwide. Of that million tons of plastic waste we humans generate every year, about 8 million tons of it gets dumped into the oceans. That's basically a truckload a minute. By 2025, some estimates say that we will have dumped 250 million tons of plastic into the ocean. And by 2050, the plastic in the ocean will outweigh the fish.
Today, Bermuda generates about 19,000 tons of plastic per year, which is about 374 pounds per person.
Since 1962, the Keep Bermuda Beautiful Foundation has been picking up trash that Bermuda residents have left on the ground. Katie Berry, the chairperson, says that KBB has seen a significant increase in plastic trash since KBB started.
The majority of the litter on the roadsides is plastic. Once upon a time, when I was a kid, it would have been bottles and cans. And now it is almost entirely made up of plastic. And the majority of that is actually single-use plastic. The other piece that we're seeing is that the increase in waste coming from people's houses, that is a majority of plastic.
The amazing part is that 60 years ago, humans produced very little plastic. But since then, it has found its way into every part of our lives and our planet. Plastic is cheap, useful, and convenient. It makes life much easier. Every one of us is a consumer of plastic. Every one of us drives the problem, especially as individuals.